Hey everyone, Steph here. So I am smack dab in the middle of refreshing all of my Flylady routines, just trying to get my house back on track after I had a baby last month and I had a C-section, so I had surgery and pretty much did nothing for a long time. I'm totally okay with that. I'm not beating myself up, but it does mean that I fell out of a lot of my habits, and so I have to kind of work to get them back up. And so I'm really generalizing here, but you know, most people have a bed, most people have dishes to be done at the end of the night, most people have laundry to do, most people are getting dressed every day, etc., etc. So with all these base habits, what we want to do is divide them into a morning routine and an evening routine. And everyone's is going to be a little bit different, but kind of the same. Basically, we want to divide them so you're making your life easier. Things that can be done because you have extra time in the evening, do them then. If you have extra time in the morning, maybe you're putting a few more things there. So now what I want to do is talk about all the extra stuff you can add into your routines to make life easier for yourself. Everyone's life is different, and so I like to use the different tools from the Flylady system to work for me. And you can do the same. There's no reason you have to follow the whole system to a T. There's no way that the same system is going to work for everybody. But hey, a lot of these tools are really helpful. The first two that are kind of similar are check your calendar and check your control journal. So if you know the Flylady system, you know that we keep everything in a control journal that is like our list of cleaning, shopping list, recipe list, just anything you need to kind of keep your household running, keep in your control journal. So every day she recommends checking your calendar to see what kind of appointments you have that day or the next day. So maybe you want to put it on evening, and checking your control journal just to see what tasks you have to do that day. The next one is what's for dinner. So if you've had trouble pulling together dinner at dinner time, maybe you work out of the home and you're coming home and you're like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna make? This might be a good thing to add to your morning routine. Maybe you're pulling out meat to thaw or putting something in the crock pot. Either way, you've dedicated even 30 seconds of your morning to figuring out what you're making for dinner to make your life easier in the evening. I like this next one. It's drink your water. So you can throw this one on your checklist if you have a hard time remembering to drink water. We all need to do it. So that's a really good one to add to any time in your checklist. Maybe you want to have a glass of water first thing in the morning, maybe right before bed, although you'd be getting up in the night. So put it anywhere you want if you think that's important and something you want to add to your list. 15 minutes of loving movement. So this is basically exercising. I maybe could just lump this with my outdoor walk time that I've added to mine because I really want to make sure my kids get outside every day. But if you do a workout, maybe you're putting that in the morning, maybe in the afternoon, maybe in the evening. If you feel like you need to add exercise to your daily routine, and it's probably a good idea, put that in there. If you feel like you need to have a little checkbox so that you're accountable to it, put it on your list. The next extra thing that actually a lot of people do, and I'm kind of the exception, I don't like this one, but a lot of people really like it, and it's lay out your clothes for tomorrow. So this seems super simple, but if you've ever had trouble picking out an outfit in the morning, lay out your clothes the night before and make your life easier in the morning. I will say one thing I have done in the past is I lay out my gym clothes for the morning when I used to go to a workout. That way I just had to jump out of bed, put them on, there was no rummaging through the drawers. No, nothing. Laying out your clothes for tomorrow. And this can include laying out your kids' clothes for tomorrow too. Anything to make your life easier. Have I said that already? We're trying to make life easier for ourselves. Okay, the next one's a big one, and this is one I actually do add to my list. So this is the last one I'm adding to my routine, my basic routines today. And it is put stuff out at the launch pad. So the launch pad is just where you're basically putting stuff to head out the door. On my list, I call this one loading my diaper bag. So it's making sure your kids' lunches are packed, snacks are packed, you have any kind of clothing you need to go do the activity you're doing the next day. Take the time, do it the night before to make your life so much easier the next day. Easier. So that's it. That's my routine, and then also some of the extras that you can add into your routine. Remember, add things to the morning to make your life in the evening easier, and add things to the evening routine that will make your life in the morning easier. Figure out the things that you need to make your day easier for yourself. Make up your routine chart and let me know if there are things that you do in your daily routine that maybe I didn't think of. Leave them in the comments below. I know everybody likes to read through them and see what everybody else is doing and sharing ideas, and that's great. So that's it. Putting it all together, I'm gonna show you what I do for my morning and evening routine. Here we go.
Okay, first thing in the morning, I make my bed and then I get dressed to shoes in my comfy clothes. The next thing I usually do is start a load of laundry, usually kids' clothes, and my husband already emptied the dishwasher, which was awesome. Then I'm doing my swish and swipe, which is a lot easier now that I've done my scrub and scour, getting it nice and clean. And my declutter for the day is our baby room. This isn't really high on the priority list, except for every night I go in the middle of the night and I'm tripping over things when I go to feed him, so I just want to get this one out of the way. I always declutter things in the order they are driving me crazy. In the afternoon, when the kids are asleep, I'm doing my laundry folding. You can see the baby sleeping there in his little wrap, which is awesome. And then I use that time to also get ready for the next day, making a snack for both of them to go to preschool. During this time, I also make sure that my backpack has extra diapers and wipes and all the things I will need to go out of the house. In the evening, I start working on my hotspot, so 2 minutes every day. As you can see, there's another pile there gathered, and that's what the hotspot is just a place where things tend to collect. The last thing I do at the end of every single night is start the dishwasher and shine up my sink, and that's it for my daily routines.
Okay, so that's it. I'm at the end of my day. So you can see I split my routines up into morning and evening, and sometimes, you know, I do things a little later in the morning, and sometimes I start some things earlier in the evening. And when you build your routine, do what works for you. I've said this in the past, there is no Flylady cleaning police that's gonna come after you if you don't do it exactly the way it's written on the website or the way someone else does it, like me. Do it the way that works for you. If it's not working for you, there's no point in doing it. I hope you found a lot of these components helpful in building your morning and evening routines up to support your life and just make things easier. I think I've said the word easier about 12 times. There are still a few components we need to add in to just keep our houses looking clean. I will get started on those tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Bye.